I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but the anger I get from making eye contact with a man is like so ridiculous sometimes. Look at the hives I just got, literally just from making eye contact with a man. I literally feel so disgusted. I feel like ow! It stresses me out. Don't look at me!
Where's the guy with the ick list? Apparently we have to add making eye contact to the list of things men aren't allowed to do. This is unhinged for so many reasons, but might I start by addressing the hypocrisy in the room? Because in order to make eye contact with someone, you also have to be staring at their face, right? What she's essentially saying is that she has every right to stare directly at men's faces, but if they dare look back in her direction, she will have a full-on mental breakdown. But you know what, honestly? I think we should just let Darwinism do its thing. Look, I'm just saying, if you literally cannot handle basic human eye contact to the point that you have a full-on aneurysm over it, survival of the fittest. I don't know. I say let it happen. Let her own anger take her out, honestly. Like, how are there people who are literally allergic to peanuts handling life better than you right now? You know how many of my real life problems I wish I could solve by just closing my eyes? By simply looking away? You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
All right, open your eyes.
What is this?
Turn around.
Babe, this isn't a Cadillac.
It's a Jeep Wagoneer. It's just as nice as a Cadillac.
Bought this.
I bought it for you.
Are you messing with me right now?
No, you said this. You wanted an SUV for the family. This is.
I said I wanted a Cadillac. This is not a Cadillac. Why would you spend money on? How much was this thing?
It was
A lot of money when you should have got a Cadillac.
This is very similar. I looked up stuff that's similar to the Cadillac.
Why would you try to surprise me with something similar when I asked you for a Cadillac?
You could sit in it and look in it, and you'll see.
I'm about to.
You'll see it's very similar.
Can you return it?
I don't think it works like that.
You're not posting this because
it's paid for. Like it's.
I mean, it's pretty, but it's not a Cadillac. I just wanted a Cadillac. That's what I asked for. And you said we couldn't get it.
Can someone explain to me how a man can go to work all day so his wife can stay home all day, and after a long, hard day at work, he comes home to no punani, no home-cooked meal, and the house is a mess? Like, isn't the point of you staying home all day to make the person who works all day's life a little bit easier, not more stressful? Just saying.
It's because they want a man to be the father they never had and to do everything for them.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, babe.
So, I get the door for you real quick.
I know we get ready to go on a date or whatever, but I need to leave some money for the kids so they can get some food from the DoorDash. You mind giving me a couple dollars?
A couple dollars. This is our first date. Where they daddy at? With the money.
All that don't matter. I'm asking you. I'm going on a date with you.
I know, but that's not like technically like you supposed to have that set up before you call yourself going out on a date. The children should already be straight. That shouldn't be like a responsibility on me. Like,
so my
pay for
kids,
your kids' food.
Yeah, my kids not important to you. It's a package deal.
We just met. In order for a package deal, we just met. How like this all happened like real fast. Like I got.
So you're not gonna give me no money to leave for my kids?
No, that's not. You should already have that straight before you called yourself going out on a date. No, I'm not. That's not. You know what? Maybe this wasn't a good idea.
Really?
You don't have your children straight, so you shouldn't be going out on a date.
So you just gonna cancel the date? You're not gonna help me with the kids or feed the kids or nothing?
Those ain't feed the kids. They not my kids.
All right.
They're not even.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
You
Take care.
Or say you go pick up your wife and she's putting the bags in the car, but you don't get out to help her for whatever reason. Now your wife's cool, you guys go home and everything's normal. But her friend was there when you went to pick her up and saw that you didn't come out of the car to help her put the bags in. And she basically calls her that evening and says to her, "Oh my god, I can't believe he never helped you put the bags in the car. You deserve better, blah blah blah, all this and that." Now before your wife heard this, she had no expectations and she was okay, like she was totally fine with it. But now what her friend has done is that she's poisoned her mind, telling her that she deserves better treatment. "Oh, how dare he do that? You know, that's not what a man does, blah, blah, blah," etc. And those are usually the friends that break up marriages. Sisters, you need to be aware of these types of friends, because what may be right or wrong for her may not be right or wrong for you, and they just need to butt out, because it's sometimes their voice in your head that makes you not appreciate your husband.
Getting divorced over small issues like the ones he mentioned, or complete non-issues at all, due to selfishness and unrealistic expectations, is becoming increasingly common. This is why men have decided to go their own way to protect themselves from people like this, who abandon them the second things stop being perfect. But since we're on the topic of protecting yourself, let's talk about protecting your skin. Skin cancer has risen over 200% in men, which is why it is essential for you to have a high-quality skincare system to help prevent this. Which is why I'm excited to have Teach Hanley as the sponsor of today's video. With over 9,000 5-star reviews, Teach Hanley has perfected and simplified men's skincare while also helping to prevent aging and skin cancer, with easy-to-use and very affordable all-in-one systems that cover all your needs. I personally recommend you start with their Level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. A 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Their products have made my skin look and feel better than ever, but you don't have to take my word for it. They have over 9,000 5-star reviews from satisfied customers all around the world. This isn't something you want to put off, because prevention is key. Get ahead of any signs of aging now, and your future self will thank you. And because Teach Hanley is sponsoring this video, they're offering you an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description to get 40% off your first skincare system and a free gift. Plus, as a member, you'll also get 20% off for life. By the way, the free gift you're choosing from has a $20 value and is a complete game changer. This body scrubber has made it much easier to get a perfect clean in the shower by exfoliating my skin. So don't wait any longer. Click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today.
I actually have really horrible news to share.
And what would that be?
Women don't need men to make babies.
That's going to come as a great shock to a great many people. And just imagine the surprise in the scientific community.
We just need a fridge.
At this time, I would like to point out that it's actually a very, very cold freezer, not a fridge. And just where exactly do they think they're going to get the material to put in it? Where's that coming from, I wonder?
Every single day, sperm is reproduced, meaning one man could impregnate 30 women in 1 month.
Wait a minute, I thought they didn't need men. Oh well, I guess those silly little facts got in the way of that fantasy.
Do you see what I'm saying here?
So far what I'm seeing is that they're saying they know absolutely nothing about genetics, let alone biology.
So with a few industrial fridges and with a few gay men, women would be solid. Solid, okay?
I would like to point out that gay men are still men. Therefore, their entire argument falls apart, because they do actually need men.
Just want to give an update to this video from yesterday where these 3 young men filmed this man changing in a locker room, which of course I had to cover up. I talked to this gym, Mountainside Fitness, and they immediately banned all 3 of them. So thank you to Mountainside for doing what's right to protect your members. Now, were they accountable, realizing that what they did was horribly wrong and try to make amends? Of course not. Instead, they doubled down. They made a video to attack me, and they even went to my lawyer's business page, Shaheen Demooey, and left bad reviews trying to hurt his business, which was a big mistake, trust me. You didn't want to mess with him. Now, what's really sad is I get it. They're young kids, they're gonna make mistakes, and almost everybody takes photos in the locker room at the gym. Hell, I even did it when I was younger and didn't know any better. But I never filmed somebody changing, then posted it online. You guys took this video. You saw there was a man changing in a towel, trying to take his underwear off, and you posted the video anyway. Then when people in the comments told you it was wrong, you didn't care. You left the video up. So to these 3 young men, I hope you learn to respect people and keep your phones away in the locker room, especially if there's people around. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
It always amazes me how their arguments are always completely devoid of any logic or reasoning, and often contradict themselves. You would think they would be able to notice that obvious of a flaw, but I guess not.
Stand is when guys ask me out on a coffee date or ask me to go do a workout. It's like, no, I can take myself to coffee. I can also take myself to work out.
I'll take single at 35 for 800, Alex. Thank you.
But don't get mad when you find out she's not completely yours.
How do you ensure that it's your woman?
You can't. That's her decision.
What you mean you can't? Now, I agree with that. I feel like as a man, you know when a woman is really invested in you.
No, you don't.
Versus, why?
No, you don't. And that's what men be scared of. Because once you get into that space where you think you know that, and then some bad happen, and it can catch you completely off guard, that shit can ruin your life.
But you don't feel like...
Have you noticed men don't bounce back from hard breakups?
Yeah.
Oh, they really don't.
If a man been like a real long-term relationship, he don't just leave that and go jump to some new and be happy.
Yeah.
Not unless he been unhappy for a real long time. But if he's happy at some point, and then she completely switched the program, that shit up.
Not need men.
Your sweatshirt, man. Hair dye, a man. 7 layers of makeup, man. The Wolverine nails, man. And side note to any guy watching, a girl that uses Wolverine nails like this is a red flag 100% of the time.
They are an added bonus and fun in our life.
Whose daughter is this? You did not train her.
Men are not allowed to have full access to their feelings. Can I give y'all a great example of that? We in the house, me and my wife, she's pregnant, and my, at the time, 4-year-old daughter sleep in her room. It's 3 a.m. And we hear whoop, 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 whoop. The alarm goes off in my house. So I pop up. I got the blammy on me, you know. I got 30 in the mag. Boom. Hit that charger hand. Okay, I'm ready. I go downstairs and checking all the rooms. My heart beating like crazy. I check the living room, we good. I check the kitchen, we good. I walk into the basement, man. My finger trembling a little bit, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Go to the basement, I peek around the last corner. The wind opened the door to the garage, messed up the sensor. Closed the joint, locked it. Whew. Sat down for a little bit, let my nerves chill. I said, wait a minute, I just realized something. Fear is a human emotion. 2 of us were scared that night. Only 1 of us had permission to feel that. I couldn't be afraid to the point of inaction. Because if all of us were murdered in that house, first thing people would have said is why he didn't protect his family? Why he allowed those things to happen to him? What happens to a human being who's not allowed to feel the full scope of their emotions? How does that work? How do you function?
Comes a day in every man's life where he finally realizes that women come and go no matter what they say or do or how long you guys have been together. And that's just the reality of life. And I think a lot of people can relate to what I'm about to say. You'll have women who you date and y'all be flirting and saying things and, oh, I love you, yada, 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 and it ends and it ain't too bad. But then there's always that one. You know, you get real deep with someone, you really lower your guard, you have a long relationship with them, y'all be saying things to each other, and then when that ends and they just totally go against everything they said, and they leave you like, damn, like, I thought you said X, Y, and Z, it almost loses your ability to do that again. It's kind of like believing in Santa when you're a kid, or the Easter Bunny. You believe in Santa, you believe in the Easter Bunny, you believe the Tooth Fairy's leaving you a $10 bill underneath your pillow, and then one day you find out that Santa ain't real, and it's just your parents. You can never go back to believing Santa shrinks down and goes through a keyhole, comes down the chimney. You'll never go back to believing that, because you've just seen what it is now, you know, and that goes to show that, like, no love is unconditional, right? That's what I mean. There will come a day, if it hasn't happened for you already, where you will realize that unconditional love for a man is not a thing. It don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had this happen one time to a girl I haven't seen or talked to in almost a year. Like, I haven't even, this girl ain't even on my mind, but it was a long relationship, you know what I'm saying? And I remember one day, dude, she looked me dead in my eyes. Chat, think of this. You're in a relationship with a girl for like almost a year. She looked you dead in your eyes randomly one day. This girl said, Jason, I love you so much, don't ever leave me. Bro, you know how, I'm a lover boy. Yo, y'all know how it made me feel? My heart like melted. And then like 2 weeks later, when that same girl crushed my heart, bro, every girl I've talked to since then, when they tell me things, it's hard to like believe what they say. You know, like when they give me a compliment, like, oh, you're so this, or you're that, or I really want, because it's like, I've heard that before, or I've heard things similar to that. I can't go back to believing in Santa. Y'all know what I'm saying? I think a lot of y'all, I'm trying to make this as palatable as possible for you guys, because it makes perfect sense up here, but I feel like verbally, I'm not getting it out as well as I feel like I should be, or could be. But do you guys get what I'm saying? There just comes that day where you realize unconditional love ain't a thing for a dude. Which is kind of like, this sucks to say, but is reality. Like, that's just the reality of it.
If you enjoyed this video, I promise you'll enjoy this next video. I will see you there.